Hello, I am Gamican. I'm one of the CSRs with Sentinels Republic, and welcome to the first in what is going to be a series of videos designed to aid you in both technical and in-game challenges you may face as you navigate your Star Wars story with us here at Sentinels Republic. Now, in order to play Star Wars Galaxies, you need to install the Sentinels Republic launcher. Now, to install that, I'm going to go ahead and assume one thing first, that you've already installed your Star Wars Galaxies software. To do that, you actually need a physical copy of the software. Maybe you're lucky like me and you already had yours from 20 years ago sitting on a shelf collecting dust. Or you had to go out and get another one. Now, I've gone ahead and I've installed mine already, so we've got that step done. Now we need to go ahead and go through to the website. It is SWGSRemu.com. Now, looking at this website, there's a number of different things here that set us apart from other EMU Star Wars Galaxies emulators. You can see the features, updates, and you can also link up with us on Discord. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail on our website in a future video, but for now, since we're actually installing the launcher, I'm going to go ahead and click on Play Now. This brings up this screen here. Now, this is pretty straightforward. For the launcher, we need to download it. So we're just going to download, click the download button. This will download a quick launcher here, and your browser will go through and double check to make sure it does not have anything wrong with it. You open it up, and Windows does not like it. So I'm going to go ahead and click Run anyway, because I know it's actually a good file. I've installed this multiple times. And as this goes through here, I want to point out here that there are some installation instructions on here that make it very easy to follow along. But we're going to go right back here. Now, we've installed the launcher, but we haven't set it up yet. So I just moved it over here so we can see here. So let's go ahead and come here into the bottom right and click Setup. First thing it's going to ask us is for you to read through the rules and regulations of the server and agree to those. Click Next. Now, it's going to ask us where you want to install the Star Wars Galaxy, the Sentinels Republic. Now, I do recommend you keep the default installation folder of the C:/SREMU. That way, if you need any assistance from a CSR such as myself or another staff member, it is very easy to find it in the first place. So I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to click Next. Now, you verify that you own the legal copy. Now, we need to link up. We need to link the fact that the launcher with the installed Star Wars Galaxies that we had installed earlier from my file. I need to link the two together. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the Star Wars Galaxy folder. Now, for this, I had already installed that to a default location as well. So I know that's C:/program files x86 Star Wars Galaxies, and select the folder. Now, as you can see here, it's success, Star Wars Galaxies installations detected, and click Finish. Now it begins an installation download. As that's going through that, let's go ahead and go through creating an account here real quick. You need to make that account. So going back to this page here, on the right-hand side, we can click Register. And this is extremely straightforward. You're going to input a username of your choice, an email address, a password, confirm the password, and do a capture. Now, when this comes up and you have registered it, you'll actually have a screen that pops up like this that says account created. It'll give you some Play Now guides, an account for Discord and the forums. Now, I'll go ahead and minimize that. Now let's look at some of the configurations here that we can do while this is still downloading. For game config, I like to go for the memory. For memory, I do maximum amount of 2 gigabytes. Frames per second, I also do max on that at 144. Now for zoom, this is the maximum zoom amount you can zoom out. The maximum you can zoom out, not in, out. I say that because there's been some confusion about it. Now, I like to actually be able to zoom way out and see everything from a distance. And so I actually choose 10. Now, this is all personal preference of yours, so you can go ahead and play around with it as you see fit. So that's set up correctly for me. Now let's go to SWG options. I'm gonna click on there. This will open up the SWG client setup. First thing, we're gonna click on graphics. And as you see here, it says game resolution. Now, the main screen that you're gonna play on, you're gonna want this resolution to match whatever your monitor is. Now to do that, I'm gonna go ahead and click on the background of whatever monitor I'm gonna be playing on. And I'm gonna go to display option. Now this monitor, if you're not sure which one it is, you can click identify, and then usually in the bottom it'll say which monitor that you're playing on or which one you're going to play on. I know I play on number 2. So I click on number 2, and I'm gonna scroll down till I see display resolution, and it's 1920 by 1080. So that's what I wanna set this as, 1920 by 1080. We'll do that at 75 Hertz. Now, I also like setting up as windowed mode. That way I can Alt-Tab in and out of the game as needed. And I like borderless, so it doesn't look like I'm playing the game inside of a web browser. Now, for vertex, pixel, and shader perversion, I would just leave this as optimal at this point in time. If you start having some issues with performance and something like that, you can go ahead and set it to disabled, but right now we can just leave it alone. Now, let's go over to the game tab. I like to skip the intro sequence because I don't need to watch it every time I come in. Maybe that's your Star Wars story, that's okay. Now let's jump over to advanced. This will help us load in faster on the game. Let's disable world preloading and disable file caching. Click OK. Now you are ready actually to start your Star Wars story with us here at the Sentinels Republic universe. Now, next video we're going to be making a character, and I'll walk through the process on making that character with you.